Okay, it's time for General Chemistry Memorization 2 of 4. This is some acids and bases that you should know, how strong they are, some cations and anions, and some solubility rules about them. It's likely that at the college level they may go into some detail here, so this will not be a simple generalization, but it will include some exceptions as well. So tell me, what are the 6 strong acids? Well, I think we have hydrochloric, hydrobromic, and hydriodic. Those are the 3 halogens that are strong. Hydrofluoric is not. We've also got nitric and sulfuric, and what is that 6th one? Perchloric acid. What are the 6 strong bases? Well, hydroxides tend to be your typical base, and if they are group 1 metals, lithium through francium, those are all strong. And the group 2s don't get strong until you hit strontium. So if you think of this region here with these 3, you got the strong bases, all hydroxides. So what about those group 2 hydroxides? They are weak until you hit strontium. Tell me about soluble cations. One thing that's really handy that's emphasized in many courses is to know this term SPAN, S-P-A-N. Sodium, potassium, ammonium, and nitrate tend to be always soluble. So of the cations, that would be the group 1s and perhaps ammonium as well. So sodium and potassium and ammonium tend to be soluble, SPA, right? And I said group 1s, but really it's only these 2 in the group 1s specifically. Soluble anions, well, SPAN, that's the last one is the anion, and that's the nitrate. Are sulfates soluble, like if you had sodium sulfate, or say you had iron sulfate, things like that? The answer is usually. And a better answer would be, these are the exceptions: calcium, strontium, barium, and lead. What a pain to memorize those 4. I have no idea if your particular professor will go to that level of memorization. What about chlorides, bromides, and iodides? Are they soluble, those halogens? The answer is yeah, usually. But there's a few exceptions. Carbonates, sulfides, or phosphates, are they soluble? They're the ones that tend not to be, right? Carbonates do not tend to be soluble. Chalk, for example, calcium carbonate, barely soluble in water at all. Sulfides, phosphates, no. And what about those metal hydroxides and oxides? Well, of course, this dominates. If you're a group 1, sodium or potassium, then you are going to be soluble anyhow. But if you're not, these are generally not soluble, and there's the exceptions there. Those are the exceptions we've already listed, right? Ammonium's always soluble, but these otherwise are generally insoluble. That's memorization part 2.